And we have returned. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. That right there was Sinestral Battle is the name of that particular song from Lufia 2 Rise of the Sinestrals, or Sinistrals. I don't know how you pronounce that, I never did. Anyway, it was a pretty kick-ass song. That sound, well, I mean, that whole game is so damn good. I've been thinking about it a lot lately for some reason. So don't be surprised if that ends up being the next one on the block after I finish Chrono Trigger for Retro Sunday. Although I do need to go back and actually get into Brainlord again, seeing so I've left that one off for like half a year now or something, I think. So that's another one I need to get to. There's just too many video games. There's too many video games, and I just keep replaying ones that I've played thousands of times before. Like tonight's example, Oblivion. I was actually going to do something else. I was going to do, well, first of all, I missed Tuesday because I had a bunch of other stuff I needed doing. One of those being I might get a line on a new job, hopefully. That would be nice. I'm not, you know, holding out too much hope for that, but fingers crossed. So there's that. But the other thing as well is, for whatever reason it said my headphones were muted. I don't know why that was. Anyway. Very confusing. But yeah. So, wait, what? I just kind of blanked out. Oh yes, the other thing. On Tuesday I was originally planning on carrying on with Yakuza 0, and that was with the caveat that I needed to figure out how to get my controller to work for that game, because that was an issue. So I attempted the game with this old Xbox controller we had lying around. Problem is, I thought it worked fine. That control stick doesn't work. You can go right, you can go up, and that's all you can do. This thing does not work. So I need to go into Steam settings and fix it so that I can actually use my PS4 controller for that. And the other thing I discovered, quite foolishly, and I do feel like quite the fool for this, when I played Yakuza 0 last, I didn't save it. So I gotta do the whole thing over again, so I'm debating whether I'm just going to start the stream from scratch for that, because the controller issues and stuff I had. I might just do that, honestly. Just pretend that I never streamed it in the first place. That might be for the best. This hot chocolate is kick-ass, by the way. A salted caramel. It's good stuff. But everything tastes better when you drink it out of a penguin mug. That's why I have so many penguin mugs. I think I've got like 3. You know, because I've got a bit of a problem when it comes to penguins, as if you couldn't tell by all of them over my shoulder there. No, that shoulder. Yes. Yes, okay. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to drop back into Oblivion. Now, the one thing I will say is that I am once again fiddling with my sound systems. Specifically my microphone, because I noticed after last week's stream, see, the new noise suppression system that's in OBS Studio, well, not OBS Studio, although, no, it is an OBS Studio, but I'm still using Streamlabs. It's really good, but for someone with a voice like mine, apparently, it's too good, because it actually cuts off sections of my voice at certain intervals. Like, I don't know, maybe nobody did need to hear it, but the long, suffering moan I let out when I was slaughtered by that stupid skeleton dude in Chrono Trigger, that cut that off completely. So I'm just going to have to keep fiddling with this, and hope I don't pick up too much background noise. I don't think I'm picking up too much computer hum itself now, what with the mic actually off the desk, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. Let's go over to our Oblivion tab, and let's actually open up some Oblivion. When last we left off, I was pelling around with one Martin Septum. Of course, problem is now this is going to pick up every little sound, like that. Specifically, I was trying to, at this point, get people to go help rebuild Kvatch, I believe, is what I was doing. So, what was I doing? Armand, the head servant of the Count of Skingrad, says he can get me an audience with the Count if I run an errand. He had ordered some goods from Somontius Entius, a farmer, to the southwest of Skingrad, but they have not arrived. I am to meet this Somontius Entius and see what the problem may be. Where does this man live? Oh, over there. Come, Martin, we're going on an adventure! But surely, I thought you said there were assassins baying for my blood, and the fate of the world is imbalanced, and yeah, I know, but... I mean, you lived in Kvatch. You see what a shithole it is now. You think maybe we should do something about that? Come on, you're gonna be Emperor. If you don't look after your people, you're no Emperor of mine. Ah. Why is the magic not making any noise? Oh well, that works. I'm still carrying a bit more shit than I absolutely need to, but we'll be fine for now. Hopefully I don't need to gather up too much stuff. It appears Martin is taking a leisurely stroll. He'll catch up eventually. It's not like he's got assassins baying for his blood or anything, right? He's fine, right? Interesting little area. Oh look, a Doomstone. Doom. No star shine upon the Doomstone. No blood has been spilled for the Blood Throne. Wait. Oh look, my stream bitrate is going all over the fucking place again. Perfect. I thought we were past this. I thought we were past this, internet. Yeah, well, whatever. Hopefully it'll be fine. Just carry on, as if I were normal. Man, dude really needs to, mow his lawn, you know?
How do you do?
Not too badly. Better than your front door.
Yes, I'm Somontius Entius. What do you want?
Give you a lozenge at this point. Amon sent me. Or Arnand, excuse me.
Arnand, eh? I knew it was just a matter of time before he sent some messenger looking for his goods. I don't have them. Bunch of goblins came in the night, stole the goods. I tried to stop the filthy things, but they fought back, wounded my sword arm. They came from the north. There's a cave there. That's where they live. If you can get the goods from the cave, I'll give you a ring I found while fishing. Just as a thank you for avenging me.
He's a ghost! No, he probably means avenging the fact that he got wounded. Although it's more exciting if he's a ghost, let's be honest. Somontius Entius told me he no longer has the goods. He just ain't got the goods no more. He could have been a contender. But now he's just a pretender. Apparently some goblins, stole them in the night, injuring him in the process. Somontius has promised me a ring if I can get the goods back from the goblin cave north of his farm. Now is this goblin gym cave, or is this... Is that the mine I nearly died in? There was a mine full of goblins that nearly destroyed me, and I think it might have been that one. The murderation was real. No, the mine that nearly killed me was up by Coral. Never mind. Speaking of goblins.
Do your
oh.
best.
Okay. Oh, they were fighting each other. And now they're fighting me. You deal with the bandit. I got the goblin. Oh, hello, Rolls. Welcome back to the stream. Good to see you. We have goblin troubles. Ah! It's alright, Martin's got it though. Martin's a fighting emperor. I'll be taking that. I'll be taking these. May as well take the steel arrows too. I mean, the goblins probably aren't going to have much goods to sell, I should say. Yes. You're having goblin troubles? I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems and it's time to unleash cougars on one. Good advice, Rolls. Thank you for that. I mean, we all know my answer to every problem I come across is to throw as many wildcats at it as I possibly can. The wildcats. Wait, is it Greenfall Mine or Curse Mine I have to go into? Greenfall Mine, I guess. I don't know that this was even here when I came down this way before. They must have only added this in when the quest activated. I guess. I mean, let's go kill some goblins. Hey, listen, when we actually go eventually see Joffrey, can you tell him that I didn't have anything to do with all this? Okay. I mean, I'm presuming you're supposed to sire heirs at some point or another, and that's getting dangerously close to your groin. I had nothing to do with it. It wasn't me. Well, so much for stealth. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Not gonna be able to sneak anywhere with Martin. He's royalty, they're supposed to be large and in charge. I get the distinct feeling I'm not going to be running into too much resistance down here. I feel like this was probably leveled with the assumption that you'd be pretty low on the totem pole by the time you got to this point. Fire.jpg. I hear you chittering away in here, you goblins. I mean, sure, if you want to do it like that. I think I just punched him in the shin. Sorry, Martin. You kinda got in the way. Nope. Godspeed, Martin. Godspeed. It's still good, it's still good. I mean, the good thing about this is I need to replenish my supply of lockpicks anyway. This'll do it. It certainly will. Yeah, I'll take the steel shield. It's not worth a pile of money, but it's worth a bit. Anything close on to 100 gold is worth it. Finding someone who will give me that much for it now is another matter entirely. Have at it. Where are you going? Merton, please. Well, he's on his own now. Although maybe I'm the one on my own. Where the hell did he go? I was going to say if I could jam them in the door, maybe I'd be able to fight them one at a time, but apparently they can just phase through each other. Doesn't seem terribly sporting. Hey Baked, welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Currently I'm getting mauled to death by goblins, but you know. Oh, look who finally decided to join the party.
Take that!
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You deal with it. Ouch. Ouch. Little help? Clang! I love when you do a power attack, you just sort of like pile drive them into the ground. Like you force their head into their own crotch. Which, I mean, if they were into that kind of thing, maybe they wouldn't mind it, but, you know, the severe brain trauma probably doesn't help. Nothing very erotic about that, unless you're into that kind of thing, I guess. I already checked that, didn't I? Well, Martin, at least you did your job over here. Strange red liquid. I found the goods. I should see Samotius to get my reward. Oh yeah, that's right. I called it, didn't I? I frickin' knew that it was going to be blood or some blood-like substance. It is meant for the Count's dinner, after all. Oh, thanks a lot for that, Baked. I really appreciate it. It's because of the comment I made about pile driving a goblin's head into its own crotch, right? That's what got me those bits, yeah? That's the content everybody comes here for. Well, if you need awkward, questionable comments about goblins, I'm your man, I guess. Now, I can't remember if this is something that was originally in the game or not, like this particular mine. And the one thing I know about goblins is if you kill their shaman, then the goblin tribe more or less becomes inactive, so I'm gonna leave her alive. Because the thing about the goblins is that if you take their totem staffs, apparently what can happen is if the shaman is still alive, goblin war parties will be sent out to find the staff. So you can just have goblins rove on through towns, for example. Not that they get very far, of course, but... There's a specific side quest that deals with it. Which you can be a complete asshole in, because that's when you learn about the whole thing with goblins and their totems. Cheap! And that town that you, well, it's like they're trying to build a small town. It's like that town that you help out. Like, you can do that. You can stop a war between a couple of different goblin tribes. And then you can let them build, you know, and settle down and have a nice little life. And then you can drop both goblin totem staves into the town and just start the war all over again. Possibly get them all killed. You know, because you're a hero. Delicious grapes. Screw these vineyards, I'll make my own wine. I found your questionable materials.
I see you've got the goods. Wish I could have been there to help you slaughter them all. Anyway, here's the ring I promised. Oh yeah, don't go mentioning this to Arnand.
Yes?
Excuse me while my voice completely changes. Seed ring from Simontius Entius as a reward for recovering the goods. I should hurry to Arnand so I can see the count. What did he give me then? What is this ring? I love how I'm still carrying this stolen good. The freehand ring, fortified block, 7 points on self. That's not that great.
Well.
The other rings I have are better. Well, let's drop into town and actually sell off some of my junk, and then I'll head on up to the castle. I need to get back to one of my many homes at some point too, so I can offload the stuff I plan on keeping. Horse! Man, I jumped clean over that thing. Dranik, he jumped good. Oh yeah, good call there, Rolls. Didn't even think of that. Yes, do indeed go check out Baked. Baked is pretty cool.
Who will help an old beggar?
Not me!
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Nothing I'd...
You there, my friend.
Good day. That Elsie God-hater sure has a chip on her shoulder. Great with a blade, but she really holds a grudge against the church. Please, go on.
Okay, I'm already in good with him. We're as good as I'm gonna get. Now, is that the bow that I have equipped to my hotbar? Find out now, won't we? Ah! See if I can haggle a little bit more. And a little bit more.
A fine
And a little bit more. Yeah, I'll keep the rings. I think I can use them for spell creation, which I haven't even bothered to do yet, but I'm gonna have to get at that at some point or another. keep that for, you know, souvenir's sake. Because I think the armor I'm wearing is... Well, the armor I'm wearing gives me a bonus resistance to weapons, so... And it has hard defense regardless. Do I have this for any particular reason, or is that just something I found? I can't remember. Whatever, I'll hang on to it. Sell the ring, though. Like I'm still carrying those wrist irons I had way back when. You know, for the memories. Don't really need that. I'll keep the healing potions, though. Why the hell do I have so many potions of sorcery? I mean, maybe I'll keep a few of those, but I don't need to... Oh god, I can't even sell... He's got nowhere near enough gold for that. And there were... No, he doesn't even have enough gold for that, Jesus. Okay, how about 10? Can you handle 10? Or 9? Drain this guy for all the money he's worth.
Make me a better off.
Yeah, okay, that's too much. There's only so far you can push a man, apparently. Yeah, I'll keep that. I mean, that's some pretty potent shit. I might hang on to that, even though I pretty much never use scrolls.
I can't do that.
Oh, I pushed him way too far. Alright.
You drive a hard bargain.
Where the hell did I get all the scrolls? Well, I mean, it is the Elder Scrolls, after all, but I don't know where I got them from.
You drive a hard bargain. A good price for a good customer.
I'd really have to boost my magic with something fierce if I wanted to use any spell like this on my own, but... I typically just cast Punch in the Face, and that gets me by just fine, so... Silence!
That's a...
Superior wound. Good sir, you wound me. Hang on to the silver nuggets and stuff. Alright.
Take care.
Take the money and run. Second there, folks. I need to check something. Although I should also quick save it before I all tab out, because we know what Oblivion's like. Which is to say, Oblivion will crash if you so much as look at it funny. Or think ill thoughts about Todd Howard.
How goes it?
Good evening.
What?
What?
Fine.
Killed far worse than you.
What?
Any news?
Haven't seen Cyrus for quite some time. Did he leave town? Perhaps it's like those grave robbers I heard have been stealing from the dead in the Imperial City. What? Who is this Cyrus they keep talking? Cough.
Stop talking.
I've killed far worse than you. Good way to start a conversation.
Ah, the goods. Perfect. Thank you. This shall make the Count very happy. I assume you still wish to speak with him. come back here tomorrow night at 10. I'll be sure the Count is here to see you.
Well, High Lord Muckety Muck is too good to invite me to dinner, seeing as how I just gave him his strange red liquid. Goods have been delivered to Arnand. He promised me an audience with the Count tomorrow night at 10. Hopefully I will not have any trouble convincing him to lend a hand in the rebuilding of Kvatch.
Not bad.
Oh, I should buy a house.
Did you hear about Lord Valdor's dead wife? Apparently her body was taken from
Go
the
ahead.
undercroft.
I
the
think
night
Bernadette
before
Pinellas
the
seems like a
funeral.
nice woman.
Who
I know
would
she
do
works
such a
tirelessly over at the
thing?
Tamika Vineyards.
I've heard she works long hours. It's worth it, though. That's some fine wine.
That was some interesting voice acting, and now that he doesn't have any voice at all.
How are you?
Been better.
Take care.
How about you?
Hello there.
I've been well met. I can speak for the Count. You won't find a better... I will order the deed drawn up. Take this key. The house is just inside the gate, by the bridge to the chapel. Don't worry about Vanderallen Trebetius. I'll have him evicted. I'm sure he'll find another home easily.
Wait, what?
Oh, and don't worry. We're tossing all his junk out as well. If you head to Colovian Traders, Gunder can provide all sorts of great furnishings for your new home. Good luck. Take care.
The guy I just ran into outside, I just made him homeless. Oh, we'll have him evicted immediately, and we'll throw out all his junk too. I forgot about that. Apparently, as long as you have enough money, you can buy any house you want in Skingrad, whether it's already occupied or not. Ah, there he is. There's the man I just made homeless. How you doing, buddy?
Tidings, citizen.
Who are you?
What? Goodbye.
Nothing to say about me making you homeless? Oh, wait, I think Yes, I ran into her because she's someone I added with the Better Cities mod, and I ended up in her house via the sewers, and she was completely in the buff, so, you know. I guess she must be a member of the Thieves Guild.
I saw Ugok Gramogok earlier. Shadow hide you.
Well, I suppose I can just fret around at home now while I'm waiting to see the Count. Although I suppose I may as well actually try to go through a dungeon, perhaps. Might be the best thing to do. Me and my friend Martin here. Or, you know, perhaps the game can crash. That works too. That's crash number 1! No, not the quick save. Let's try for the autosave. I don't know if this is just because of the mods are starting to sort of, like, jam up against each other and cause each other to fizzle out, or maybe I've been screwing with the game too much by randomly throwing in mountain cats and several clones of myself. Because there's 5 versions of me running around now aside from me. Now let's head around back of the castle, see if there's a dungeon down this way. There's a cave? Let's go check out that cave. Check out the cave and rove back into my new home. Bloodcrust Cavern. I like the sound of that place. Though if I remember right, I might actually need to come into this place to sneak into the castle for requests later. But let's go in now, shall we? See what there is to see. Vampires, what a surprise.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Whoa! Yeah!
I was going to blame Martin for, screwing up my sneak there, but I don't think he's even here. Yeah, this shit's pretty heavy, but I'll pick it up anyway. So Martin, you gonna get in on this action, or where the hell are you? Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Need a little help, buddy? This your first rodeo? To do some mountaineering? You want me to awkwardly push you off a cliff? Not coming on to you, I swear. Well, maybe a little. I don't know how to react to royalty, you know? Eh. There we go. Now I can blame you for screwing up my sneak. That guy, he heard you tromping around on the roof of the cave. I got caught because of you, Martin. How dare.
Well, well. Look who...
It'll be real funny. I bring Martin down here and he ends up getting turned into a vampire. It can't happen, I know it can't happen, but it'd be funny if it did. I interrupted his speech. Well, if he wanted to have a little chat, he shouldn't have turned invisible and tried to kill me. Reminds me of that scene from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly where Tuco shoots that guy because he's carrying a gun with him in the bathtub. The dude goes on this great big ol' monologue about how he spent all his time tracking him down due to a past grievance. And then Tuco just shoots him in mid-sentence. He's like, if you're going to shoot, shoot, don't talk. Keep picking up stuff like that, I'm not gonna have much room for, you know, much else. Oh, that's a big mushroom! Make a lot of stew with that. Scoop that thing out and stuff it. Nom nom nom. Howdy, Pilgrim! I'm gonna punch you in the face now. Leave that boy alone, he's had a hard day. You and your thriller ghost. Battle Axe of the Glacier! I don't really have enough room to carry much else. Kapow! I mean, I'll take it. I'm gonna have to start dropping stuff eventually, though. See, early on in this game, you need all the money, so you just pick up everything that isn't nailed down, but you get to this point, then you can pick and choose. Otherwise, you're just going to be spending most of your playtime running back and forth between dungeons. Done that before. Nope, that was indeed the ebony bow that I had hotkeyed. Oh yeah, I can summon scamps, I forgot about that. Yeah, bow. Poison, perhaps? Yeah, I got some poison. It's probably not going to do too much to a vampire, but... Oh, okay. Bow fight! Surprised Martin's not helping. He should help now, he just got tagged. Gee, thanks. Way to run in and take the glory. But that tiny little dagger, he sent her flying into the ceiling, apparently. Got himself a pretty strong sword arm for a priest. Alright, what can I drop? I mean, the glass longsword's not bad, but it's also 40 pounds, so get rid of that. Same thing with the ebony longsword. Smaller things, smaller, lighter things are better to take. By that rationale, I should also dump, yeah, the ebony cuirass, probably. That thing weighs way too much. Because, I mean, it weighs roughly 40 pounds more than the glass cuirass, and the glass cuirass is only 100 gold cheaper. The economics of looting. I also like that I brought a meal to a vampire, now I'm killing a bunch of vampires. But he's a good vampire, you know? Like Alucard or Count Von Count or something like that. Well, so much for that. Where are you running to? Oh god, it just occurred to me that you know, that is a vampire count that I just brought blood to, so he is Count Von Count. One gate to oblivion, ha, ah, ah. 2 gates to oblivion, ah, ah, ah. Oh yeah, I gotta bring all that stuff to the... Whoa! Those hammers weren't worth a damn. I gotta bring the dwarven stuff to the Arcane University. Bits belonging to the orrery. I think of you and your vampiric ways. Thought this would have led into the castle somehow. Now let's make sure I didn't contract that horrible disease. Oh yeah, that's right, all the things that I'm involved with. I may never bring Martin to Wayne and Priory, just have him on hand as just my punching bag. Oh yes, I was going to check see if I was infected. I don't think I am. Tell that from where? Here. No, not here. Oh, here. Yes. Where is my home? Now this marker might not lead me directly to it, but let's find out. Oh, there it is. Okay, that might be correct. Come on. There we go. Leap. Leap. Oh yeah, want to see something cool about this place? The house directly across the street from my own. If I can get inside. Even though I am a, albeit low-ranking member of the Thieves Guild, we know my lockpicking skills are rather subpar. This house is haunted!
Yeah!
Are you gonna fight back? Martin's just standing there. I could probably use a little help? Maybe? The scamp's gonna be more help than you are.
Oh! Oh! Whoa!
I feel like this house is going to be my tomb. I now have astral vapors. I don't know what the hell that means.
Oh!
I think that might mean my magicka doesn't respawn. Oh hey, they decided to come out to play! Oh, now Martin's going to fight. I think the reason why he didn't before is those, critters were technically the residents of that house. So, you know, because I was technically encroaching on their home, Martin wasn't going to do a damn thing. Now that we're out in the street, however. Can we find some guards to help with this?
Yeah! Fight fire with fire!
There we go. Deal with this, please. We got a severe undead problem in this town. Where'd the guard go? There he is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Stunted Magica and Damage Magica Astral Vapors. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to cast any more spells until I get healed.
Getting tired?
I just wanted to go see... Oh, I didn't mean to punch that guy. I just wanted to go say hello to my new neighbors. They didn't seem to like it. I always knew this town was a bit dead. So much like the nightlife. Man, these dread zombies are hellishly tough. Now, when I accidentally punched that guy in the back of the head, did that give me a bounty? Because that would suck. No. Alright, we're good. Thanks for your aid, gents. Next time I have some ghosts that need busting, I'll know who to call. Start making some random potions. Can't use up any of that vampire dust though. I'm gonna need that. I can make all kinds of cash with that. There's a lot of things I like about this game over Oblivion, but there's certain things Oblivion streamlined that I really appreciated. Such as, you know, the fact that it's a lot easier to see what you can mix with what when it comes to alchemy. I don't want to use those water purifying seeds. Or salts, or whatever the hell they are. Yeah. Why? Because I'm a fool. Can we not give them a beneficial thing? There we go. Let's get myself to the church so I can heal my diseases for free. I'll come back and court destruction again. Not what I meant to do. That's a tower. Help me, gods! Thank you, gods.
Good to see you.
Oh, I was gonna get a bunch of blessings, but I'm gonna go take a little nap there now, so that can wait. Although first, I'm probably going to risk going into the haunted house again.
Yes.
Yes. As soon as we walk in, he gets drilled by a... Of course, this is counted as trespassing, and I think that guard may have seen me.
Whoa! Yeah!
But this is where the undead come from, but you still broke the law, so pay the fine!
Oh! Yeah!
You broke into that house and you murdered its occupants. They were already dead. That one doesn't even have any skin on. But yeah, the fun thing about this is there's no explanation as to what's going on with this house. It's just a random haunted house. Honestly, I don't even think there's much of any worth in here. Damn. Honestly, I don't even think you'll, like, find the corpse of the previous owner or anything. I don't know if anyone even mentions this house. Oh, now you want to start a fight.
Take that!
I don't know how much you can actually hurt them, though, is the thing. You can push them away from me, at least. And get in my way. Damn it, Merton. Ah! That was problematic.
Whoa!
Oh god. Oh, that's not good. There we go, let's drop that.
Whoa! Yeah! Oh!
That's one! Also, I'm dying. Now, where's one of those potions I made? Let's drink that. Oh, now you help. Wait, did he hit me? I suppose only fair, I drilled him in the back of the head with a lightning bolt more than once.
Oh! Yeah!
This is the part where you fall down, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I was cursed with burden, so I'm gonna have to go sleep that off and then come back in here and grab the swords and shit. Love how this is considered stealing when nobody lives here anymore. I mean, I can steal the alembics and stuff to sell, or at least I could do that if there was a fence here I could sell them to. Mostly this was good to just have me knocked around and cursed. Let's see where the back door lets out. How nice of me to lock the door behind me. Nuts to this, Martin. Let's hit the hay. Now that I've arrived at my new house in Skingrad, I may want to head over to Gundar at Oblivion Traders to secure some furnishings for it. I think this might be the fanciest player-owned house in the game. Well, Skingrad is probably the wealthiest city in the game, aside from the Imperial City. The house you buy in the Imperial City is a hovel. And nice of there to be a bed. Alright then, Martin Old Bean, let's do some trading. How nice of you to come out that way. Oh yeah, it's Oblivion Traders, down here. Gonna need to get some repair hammers too. We meet again, vendor man.
Good day. Let's do business.
I will sell you this.
Got a great...
Yeah, I'll keep those arrows, I guess. Never have too many arrows, I suppose.
You got a fuck? That's
That
a good price.
a good.
That seems a fair price.
Let's talk you more silly. Yeah, I don't really need that. Wouldn't even think to use it. I'll keep that one. Store health potions are usually pretty good. Yeah, I don't really need the resist shock.
An excellent bargain.
I mean, maybe I don't need that many potions, but I've been caught out before.
No deal.
Oh, you don't have enough gold. Never mind. See you this money.
You've made a good bit of
I
gold.
don't know if I'd ever even use those.
That's a good deal.
Get a good deal! Alright, buddy, my house looks like crap. Sell me means to make my house not look like crap. Also, do you have a special enchanted item for sale? Because nearly every vendor does. Vest of the Bard, I guess. Fortify speechcraft, fortify personality, drain willpower. Whatever. Repair hammers. Repair hammers and, furnishings. Blow all my hard-earned money.
You drive a hard bargain.
Storage is key, let's get that. Study area, make me more smarter. Oh, there's so much shit I can buy. Balcony area. Balcony upgrade. Bedroom area.
I let that go too cheaply.
Display case upgrade.
A bargain at any price.
Servants' quarters?
A bargain at any price.
And the kitchen.
An excellent deal. Goodbye.
Well, now fancy that. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. Prior to actually checking that out, though, let's grab these swords and sell them. Should give me enough money to buy one more house upgrade. Oh yes, I should repair my shit as well. Cannot wait until I upgrade my armorer skill enough so that I can actually improve things beyond their base point.
A pleasure to speak. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. That seems a fair price.
I still don't have enough, do I, to get a new part of the house? Let's see, shall we? 22. Actually, no, I've got enough. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Let us get the den area.
Thank. Goodbye.
So I can feel more classy than I deserve. Is this the kitchen? I guess this is the kitchen, maybe. What do we have in the basement? That must be the servants' quarters. But does it come with a servant? Aye, there's the question. Am I one of those highfalutin rich folks who is now currently dirt poor? Because I spent all my money on the furnishings and such. That's some nice textures right there. When they say balcony area, I guess they must mean this area by the balcony. Some real classy shit. Let's put away some stuff. Things I'm carrying for no discernible reason. Anvil tarts thwarted. Be nice if I could just slot books into a bookshelf like you can in Skyrim, but you know, you have to very carefully do it by hand in this game. Gotta hang on to my stock certificates. I'll put away the sigil stone. I know that I'm ever going to do anything with it, but... let's put stuff in the display cases, though I don't know if it's actually going to stay in the display cases. Or if it's even going to fit. I mean, that kind of works. There we go. Clang! Though honestly, you would think this would be a thing I'd keep in a display case in Kvatch, but I think I'm a ways off from getting that place up to snuff again. Surely there must be a mod that makes maneuvering items easier. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's not so bad. That works. I think the robe of protection is the only thing I'm really carrying that I don't want to keep with me, so let's put that away in here. Said they should have Oblivion in VR. Oh, I can only imagine what kind of a mess that would be. I don't know how good Skyrim is in VR. I know that they VRified that. VRified that, yes, that's an actual phrase that people use, right? I've seen a lot of silly things happen in it, but a lot of silly things happen in Skyrim anyway. And even more silly things happen in this. Yes, VRified, yes, very. It's a legit thing, Baked, so don't question me on this. I still got some time to kill before I have to meet with the Count. Is there a Gold Horse Courier office? Yeah, stand there.
Hi there.
Let's start gathering up missives to deliver to people for a pittance.
Hi there. Oh, it's you. I've had about enough of Sir Lazar. He thinks he's so much better than everyone else. What a fool. I hope he's happy with himself. Yes. Really? Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
I hope he's happy with himself. Really? You don't say.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. You have to open an account at the Bank of Cyrodiil.
I still don't understand that. I'm gonna have to check that out. How many more do I need to deliver? Package for Carson. She lives with Lazarus in the outskirts. Lazarus, you say? Has he risen from the dead? And then the game crash. I don't know if he's going to rise from the dead, but apparently the game needs to. I don't know where this auto-saved. Okay, just outside of... Alright. Let's try it again. Let's see if fast traveling crashes the game again. No, but I almost thought it did.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Please.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel. Good day.
Go ahead, please. Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion gate and saved the city?
Well, you know, saved what's left
Well,
of
have
the
a
city.
look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Smoked meat, damage, fatigue. Oh wait, no, that's like I thought it was you eat it and that's what it does. Never mind. Although actually it is what it does. Because the first attribute of everything that you find, like that's the one that affects you if you eat it. Well, I know every time I feel like every time I eat a smoked meat sandwich, I feel like I need to take a nap, so maybe that's entirely accurate.
You too.
And all I got was 10 gold coins. It's even worse than I thought. I thought I'd get like 25, maybe? See, and I'm doing this just cause. I don't know if you get anything more exciting if you have to do intercity deliveries. Deliver it to Kingsley, who works at the Page of Cups. I'll do a few stupid deliveries, I guess, and then I'll go up and just wait out the count.
I heard you know how to move in light armor.
I do observe. Whee! Old what? Timon?
You. Hi.
Yes.
Who's winning? Can I take your gold, please? Is this a 6 of hearts or an 8 of diamonds? These are food coupons. Oh, that would definitely explain why I've been losing.
How are you?
Rules to play stud poker. You were supposed to take these out of the deck. What a pity, Mr. Bond.
What? Everybody's talking about the hero of Kvatch. They say he actually went into an Oblivion gate and destroyed it.
Why, yes, I did.
Take care.
Hello there.
Care to enjoy the game? I can give you good odds. Can I? I cannot.
Hello.
Goodbye.
How can I help? What can I do for you? Be seeing you.
Told you to beat it, don't make me tell you again, but I have a delivery for you. Ah, new dice, splendid! But are these the loaded ones I ordered, or the genuine ones? Care for a game? No. I don't like you, you don't like me. I'm going to ruin your place now. Wait. There.
How goes it?
Greetings, Orc.
What is it?
Now that I have caused rack and ruin, let's run away. Yeah, let's do one last silly little delivery and then we'll just go wait for the count. Can I do it now? No. I gotta go out and deliver something else to Carson? Jesus Christ. How much more does she want? She's addicted to the Oblivion equivalent of online shopping.
What? You too.
Ordering rare books via delivery pigeon. My horse was moonwalking. Alright, Martin, let's just hang out by the front door while we wait for the count, shall we? $5 hours, I don't want to overshoot it. We can't be rude and be 8 minutes late.
What? Good day.
And now I guess we wait. I wait the only way I know how. Making a complete arse of myself. Tables are for waiting, after all, that's right. Sexy Morrowinds? This is how we wait! Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. This is what the count is waiting for, yes? Wait, I need to make this better. Oh, apparently I'm attacking. Well, I can't be dancing shirtless then. Not right now. This is apparently what a sexy Morrowind dance looks like. Excellent. Aggressively sexy dancing. Yep. Am I not stopping? Can I stop? Oh, I guess the Count's probably going to come down to meet me. Presumably.
Hello. What can I do? You too.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you not aroused by my sick moves? Maybe the Count will appreciate it more. I imagine he's a man of wealth and taste. Oh, there he is.
So you're the one Arnand was raving about. I hear you took care of a little problem of his without any trouble. So, what do you need from me?
Tell about the rebuilding of Kvatch.
Yes, I've heard about the tragedy that befell Kvatch. You'll need, some masons and, architects, correct? I can't see how that would be a problem. Skingrad has always had good relations with Kvatch and would be proud to lend a hand in the reconstruction. I'll dispatch them immediately. Give Sadly and Matthias my regards, and my condolences.
Yes, we must rebuild the town because it's hard to have good relations with a smoking crater.
What?
I don't envy the High Chancellor his position. It can't be easy trying to rule an empire without an emperor. Perhaps you'd better speak with my steward. I'm afraid I have little time to spend with visitors to Skingrad. Be seeing you.
What?
Come back, you need to see my sexy dance. No? Okay, fine. That's what you're going to be about. I should return to Sevli and Matthias and see if he needs anything else. Well, let's go do that before I bugger off and do something else. That's not who I have to talk to. And suddenly I'm in the town! Oh yeah, he's over here.
Kvatch is finished. There's nothing left.
Well, I can fix that.
The masons and architects arrived a few hours ago, and they've already made progress. My friend, you have done this city a great service. We are all indebted to you yet again. Unfortunately, with the current state of affairs, I have nothing to reward you.
Make me the count.
I assure you, if I had anything to give, it would be yours.
Give me the city!
Rest, my friend. I may need you again soon.
To rule the city, yes. The masons and architects have arrived at the ruins of Kvatch and have started the initial cleanup process. They mentioned they will close the city while some of the debris are removed. Savlian did mention he may need me again in the future. Meaning I can't come back, probably, until he sends for me.
Why have the gods forsaken us? Good day.
Well, let's see, what is it I can do? I don't have that completely done, still need to do Seeking Your Roots, repairing the orrery, maybe I'll do that. I don't know when that quest goes on again. Oh, I could do the Clavicus Vial quest. And the Moloch Ball quest. No, I'll hold off on doing the Daedric Shrine quest for now, though. Well, I got a few things I can do in the Imperial City, so let's go do that. Specifically, let's drop this stuff off. And this is the city where you'd be ruling from. I'm just going to give you a tour of the country until I actually bring you to the guy I need to bring you to.
Hello, associate. You have them? The items I requested? Give them to me, please. Yes, yes, this seems to be everything. Here's your reward. Thank you again. A pleasure to speak. The orrery here is the only one in Cyrodiil. There's one more in Hammerfell, the old one at Stros Mackay. I don't know what Archmage Traven has against necromancy, but the first thing he did after taking over the Mages Guild was to ban its practice. Farewell.
Of course, I'm not allowed in here yet. Lousy mages. Think they're better than me.
What is it?
Well, what are some other things I can do in here for now? I can probably do another couple stupid deliveries. Should give her a day to make the necessary repairs and then visit the orrery again at the Arcane University. Hey Martin, you want to watch me beat some guys to death? Let's go to the arena. Well, I mean, you've already seen me beat a few guys to death, but do you want me to do it in a professional, you know, setting? You want to see me get paid doing it?
You have my ears.
Yes, the arena is this way.
You have my ears.
I am back for more blood sports. Wait, is there nobody here? There's also no money in the lockbox. I think I may have already robbed it once.
You've returned. So, please, friend, make haste.
No, I have not found evidence of your birthright yet.
Listen, Sunshine, I ain't in the mood. You want something? Talk to Owen. He's right over there, for Shinge's sake.
You're a nice lady.
You're at Bloodletter rank now, right? I caught your last match. Those were some pretty impressive moves. Farewell, my friend. May your blade always strike true. And first.
Ah, so it's Bloodletter now, is it? I remember when I achieved that rank so very long ago. I showed such promise, unlike yourself.
Yeah, you keep laughing. Is Martin just staring that man in the face?
My Red Room got its paint job from fighters like you. After you disembowel the next idiot, I want you to smear his blood all over the walls.
I wonder how many people die for it. Well, I mean, people have already done this. Like, they've done the calculations on this, and I think the number is upwards to, like, hundreds of thousands or perhaps millions, the amount of people that would need to die if every match ended in a death. Because it's like, all the people you kill, and all the people that your opponents must have killed to get to the point they are. All the people the Grand Champion has killed.
You might be ready, but the arena ain't. Matches take place between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Come back later, moron. Get a move on.
You dare! You want to know who the moron is? Do you want to know who the moron is? Actually, no, it's not this. The moron is the one who's about to drown in cougars!
Look out!
think everybody down here... I think everyone down here is essential, so they should be fine. Yes, you missed the aggressively sexy dancing, but you are in time for the mountain lions. Although, actually, no, you can... Whoa! Merton, are you okay? He went headlong into a... Also, there's a mountain lion phase through the gate. And then he just shoomped back over that way.
Whoa!
Wait, I think I'm wearing the ring that reflects damage. Let's take that off. Yeah. Oh, I can't take... I was in the air, that's why. Okay. Aggressively sexy dancing. Deploy!
Ha! Oh! Oh!
I think so many of them are now in the walls. The mountain lion just flung him headlong into a wall. All this because Owen insulted me. Okay, that wasn't as fun. I was hoping he'd go sailing. I shall dance into the fray. I would have assumed the Grand Champion would have killed a bunch of them by this point. I don't even know where the hell Owen is anymore. I think the guy who mans the gate just left. Smart man. Random pig. Wait, is there one in the... Yes, there's a bunch in the ceiling.
This ends here.
Well, I can't actually get up there because... dancing. Oh well. Oh, there's Owen. Wait, is Owen... No, Owen's not dead. He can't die. They're all... Porkchop is also unconscious. The pig. How did he get out? Oh, the blue team gladiator's dead! All this because I was vaguely insulted. Go pig! Go Martin! Okay, I think that's enough of that insanity. Oh, for a minute I thought Owen was gone. Whoops. Okay, tell you what, let's take a little nap so I can actually fight and not have to summon the cats again. And this man becomes a walking shirtless scene.
My red room. Next up is a dark elf. I've never seen him fight before, but he's got a bow as well as a sword. So be ready for a ranged attack.
Can my friend come with me? Can I show him the ropes? I mean, he's coming with me. No, I guess he's not allowed.
People of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Just look at the yellow team's dark elf. You can see the murder in his eyes. Can the blue team's bloodletter even hope to survive? Let's find out.
Motherfucker backtracked pretty quick. Look, if you want me to beat you to death down here, I'll gladly do it.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Oh wait, I think I've still got God mode on.
I'm just warming up!
That's the second time I've done that in here. I don't think he's doing a lot of damage to me anyway. No, he's not.
Good people, we have a winner! All hail the combatant from the blue team! Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
A lot of that was just reflected damage anyway. Gotta love that ring.
Good work, Bloodletter, or should I say Myrmidon. That's right, you've risen in rank. You know how it works. More blood, more gold. Here.
I don't know what a mermaid I don't know what a mermaid is, but thank you.
All right, Myrmidon. Time to stop messing around. You ready to teach those yellow team scumbags a lesson or what?
I am a pretty mermaid, so yes.
Don't be fooled by your next opponent. The little dagger he uses is actually a powerful enchanted weapon called Shimmer Strike. Now go get him!
Hell yes, I am a beautiful mermaid, and I will bathe in the blood of my enemies. As all mermaids do. I mean, if you go back far enough in folklore, that's kind of the thing, I guess.
The Imperial City, welcome!
Mermaid-derp-burp!
The yellow team's combatant has slain many opponents with his magical dagger, Shimmer Strike. Let's see if the blue team can end.
Me and my weird fingers are going to destroy this man.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Do your worst.
What does that dagger do anyway? It doesn't say. It has the Shimmer Strike enchantment. And I'll never be able to find out because I can't pick it up after the fight.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from
Spin!
the team. Victor from
Oh, look at it go!
Leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
It's like goddamn dreidel. Is it going to stop? It truly was an enchanted dagger. Here you go. Yeah. Good stuff.
I guess you told that wood elf what you thought of his magic dagger, huh? Here's your gold. Nice going.
Interesting reaction to me murdering a man. It's gladiatorial combat, it doesn't count as murder. Owen laugh. And now I'm just in the buff. Anyway, that'll do for this for now. Where is it the Order of the Virtuous Blood dudes live? Talos Plaza District, I think. Wait, is it that? No, it's Temple District. Make a little bit of extra cash.
How do you do?
What is it, citizen? You have my ear, citizen.
Yeah, because they're squatting in Saradur's house now that I've murdered him.
Hi there.
I'm pleased our brother returns to the fold. Excellent. 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 Return to me.
Excellent.
May the sunlight always safeguard your path.
What is it now?
Oh, that was that. Okay.
You have my ear, citizen.
See if I can talk to the boss man and figure out how many more deliveries I need to make.
I heard people saying they ran into goblins around here not long ago. I can't stand it.
Greetings, orc.
Isn't there some kind of lady down here I can fence stuff to?
Do you need something?
Cats! Cats everywhere! Giant ones! Tunneling underneath us! Tunneling beside us! Tunneling in our very minds! What are you yelling about? The giant cats! Giant kittens, to be exact! Can't you hear them? What? What about cats? Cats? Who said anything about cats? I'm talking about pudding! Delicious, moist pudding dripping from our ears! You're completely mad! Mad? No, I'm not mad. Mad tastes horrible. Like wood covered in honey. Sweet but tough. Oh, so very tough. Regret? Now that's a tasty dish. Served with a few shavings of doorknob. Pants! Pants everywhere! But you're not wearing any. Reminds me of Kirby Epic Yarn, that Kirby game that came out on the Wii. Kirby first ends up in the, like, fabric world, and the very first observation he makes is that the grass feels like pants. Because that's Kirby.
Do you need some?
Be seen.
No amount of water changes scotch from tasting any less like cough syrup, do you? I mean...
How do you do?
It is certainly an acquired taste, we'll put it that way.
What is it?
Personally, I enjoy scotch, but I haven't had any in a while. Of course, talking about that just makes me realize I can't just let you drink alone. That would be very uncivil of me, so... Let's go get a glass, some ice, and pour up a little bit of that Bushmills I have. I'll be right back. nice to see that fellow greeted me so warmly while I was gone. You know, I'm not necessarily sure what exactly I want to do in Oblivion right now. Like, I could just take Merton all the way back to Coral and, you know, actually carry on with the main quest, but let's see if we can get him into more trouble, shall we? Perhaps I can haul ass all the way over to Cheydinhal. There are a few more satisfying noises than pulling a cork out of it, but it's such a pleasant thing to hear, isn't it? I feel like that's part of the reason why I like that specific brand of Bushmills that I drink, because it does have a cork in it. Cork is the sign of quality, after all. Well, usually. I had a really awful rum called Pussers once. Yes, I shit you not. That's what it was called. It was a Royal Navy rum. It was awful. And that had a cork in it, so I felt betrayed. It was one of the worst hangovers I ever had. Hey, you know what? I've got a couple of things I need to do over in Cheydinhal. Something to do with the Thieves Guild, track down this dude. So let's haul ass over to Cheydinhal. Although first I think I'm gonna drop in and see if I can buy some stuff for Battlehorn Castle. Quite the look you just gave me, Martin. You know, I haven't seen him yet in roving around the Imperial City, but there's this guy. I don't know if I've mentioned him before. Wait, who? Okay. But yeah, there's this guy who wanders around the Imperial City. He's dressed in, like, really fancy white robes. He's an older dude. And he used to be a member of the Mages Guild. But he's long since retired. And he's like, oh, you know, he just whiles away his days, living a life of leisure and stuff like that. And he's got nothing but, like, very simple but overall nice things to say about the Mages Guild. But for whatever reason, he's specifically coded that the higher in rank you get in the Mages Guild, the higher his aggression towards you becomes. To the point where, you know, spoiler alert, when you finish off the Mages Guild questline, you become the new Archmage. If you become the new Archmage, his aggression becomes so high that if his disposition is low enough, he'll attack you in the street. And there's no explanation as to why that is. I guess the implication is supposed to be he left the Mages Guild on poor terms, but... it's very odd.
Good afternoon. Whatever you need. If you need to get rid of something quickly, may I interest you in some of my fine wares?
May I interest you? Though I don't know if I've got anything I can sell to him at the moment. Well, this dude's got a shitload of barter gold. I should be hauling ass all the way back here and selling stuff to him. Well, maybe. Dining area, kitchen area, wine cellar. Yeah, I think after you buy all the upgrades for Battlehorn Castle, then you get a quest line to deal with the place. No, I don't have enough for all of it right now, but let's get the dining area. Oh, actually, first, let's see if I can haggle. Let's try 80%.
No deal.
Yeah, that was a bit much. 78?
That's just not
Nope. 76?
I can't afford to do that.
I mean, he still likes me at least. Although I think specifically I might just need to buy the wine cellar, and then the wine cellar is where all the shit goes down.
You too.
Alright, dear friend Martin, let's go to Cheydinhall, shall we? Now there's an Ayleid ruin, like, just over there. That is basically meant to be baby's first dungeon. Oh look, I gained a level. And there's something specific I can get in there that sets me on a quest, but I'm not going to bother with that just yet. Mud crab. I'm not sure where Martin is, but he'll catch up. Alright, so let's specifically do the Separated at Birth one. Well, no, I won't actually do that one yet, but that'll just lead me there anyway. Oh, there's another shrine I can pray to. Let's go do that. First, let's see if I can catch up with this deer and punch it. Punch! Punch! The meat has also now been tenderized. Ah, the Way Shrine of Stendar. I'm not quite sure where Martin is, but he'll catch up. Is a boar. How dare you attack me, swine! I think Cheydinhall might be one of the places I have to go to get further Fighters Guild quests, so... And also Mages Guild. So it won't hurt to stop by over there as it is anyway. Of course, I have to hike my way up this freaking hill. What's happening? Why are you fighting that horse?
Is the baby gonna cry?
Why do you want that horse to cry? What's wrong with you? Get back here! Leave that horse alone! Are you still chasing it? What's wrong with you? Jesus, die! Leave it alone! She really wants that horse dead. She needs to kill that horse. even owns that horse? Well, it's long gone now. Whoever owns it. That was distressing, man. The Legion soldier who patrols this road comes by and I'm like, I don't know what happened, officer. She just... And there he is right there. I just came across this crazy bandit lady and she just would not leave that horse alone.
What is it, citizen?
I've seen some extreme cases of animal cruelty is what's going on. You need to go deal with that. By which I mean just pick up the corpse, because I've kind of done your job for you. No star shine upon the doomstone. Speaking of extreme animal cruelty, I might have to punch a deer now. Nah, we'll leave them be. Well, maybe not this one. It's in my way. And now I have become the villain. Let's see how trading all has been changed with the mod, shall we? There they are, chatting with each other, and they look over, and there I am just peering at them through the fence. You're talking about me. I'm the one who drove them from Kvatch. You must praise. Oh, this is a stockade! Can I get inside? Oh, I can unlock the door, certainly, but I can probably get in via... Hey, folks. What do you want? I don't have any time to deal with tiny pukes like you.
I'll go.
This is what you do to get into a place like this. You look too much like a goody two-shoes to be in here.
Please, you must help Drobad. This one had nothing to do with those other orcs. Drobad was just going to the store to buy some food. Please, Drobad is a good person. You have to help me.
I mean, that's cool, Drobad, but I don't know how to do that. Well, I suppose, you know... I'm just gonna leave these doors open, right? And if you don't find your way out, it's your own fault. If you're too stunned to walk through an open gate, can't help you. Well, this is the same, I think.
May I? If you want to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Tovas.
This is something I've always found funny. Because there is a dark elf woman of almost the exact same name living in the waterfront district of the Imperial City. The only difference is, with a face that long, might as well buy her. Oh! Well done, Baked. I mean, you say that, but I mean, like I was saying, she's got almost the exact same name as the Dark Elf woman from the waterfront district in the Imperial City. The only difference is the I in her name there, Mivrina, is a Y in the other woman's name. But beyond that, they have the exact same name. Although the other woman is much more sour looking, despite the fact this one has quite the long face.
Wraith Lythandis is one of the greatest painters in all Cyrodiil. Sadly, he's gone missing. His wife, Tivella, is beside herself with grief. Briand Garana can talk her way out of anything. Of course, all she usually talks about is herself. Reynald Germain? No, I don't know anyone by that name. There's a Gilbert Germain in town, though. Maybe he can help you.
Gilbert.
He's staying over at Newland's Lodge, but you also might find him walking around town. Good luck. Tovas knows his horses, and I'll stay with him and these beautiful creatures. Forever. You too.
That seems awful dramatic, but okay. Good to know.
How do you do?
What?
Goodbye.
You don't have anything interesting to say. Say, where'd Merton go? Let's fast travel and force him to appear. There he is. Chayton Hall is quite the nice looking place, I will say. Tunyant Diski's house. Who the hell is that? Somebody who's fixed pretty well for blades, it seems.
Good evening.
Ah, another keen adventurer. You have that twinkle in your eye that tells me you've seen many battles. Ah, that makes me quite nostalgic.
You were an adventurer once?
I most certainly was. I was the finest swordsman to grace this beautiful land in my day. No bandit, no wild boar would stand in my way of glory. I used to plunder a fort or two in a single day, and then sell my spoils, and then partake in fine drink and food for a week. But, well, that was back when I was a much younger lad, and those days are far behind me. But I still remained as skilled with the sword as ever. You should never let a good talent waste away. You would do well to remember that in your twilight years.
So what you're telling me is I need to keep punching real good.
I can't believe the ridiculous new fines the guards are imposing. Ever since Ulrich took over as captain of the guard, this place is going downhill.
Fines?
Ever since Ulrich Leyland took over the captain of the guard post, this city's gone downhill. It's getting almost scary to walk the streets. The guards have imposed new, ridiculously heavy fines for every infraction under the sun. They almost seem to make up laws just for charging fines. If you can't pay the fine, they take your property away and toss you in the castle dungeons. And nothing we can do about it, really. If you're interested, go talk to Levana Nedarin. She seems the most outspoken against Ulrich and his new fines. Farewell.
So I need to go find a rabble rouser. I gotcha. I've been known to rouse a few rebels in my day. Like say, did I ever tell you about the time that I was in prison when the Emperor was murdered right before my eyes? That was a fun day. And then he just popped back up off the ground and started dancing. It was weird. Never seen a corpse move so quick.
What can I do for you? Hey, you're the one they call the hero of Kvatch, aren't you? The one that closed the Oblivion Gate and saved the city?
That's me.
Good day.
I need to figure out where the hell the Mages Guild is. The city is much bigger now. You seem well to do. Who are you?
What can I do for you?
Some random fellow named Holden.
Have you heard about Kvatch? They say that Deidre came from Oblivion and burned the whole city to the ground.
Why would a woman named Deidre do that? Sometimes it sounds like they're just talking about a woman named Deidre. See, I always thought it was pronounced Daedra, which, I don't know.
You too.
I also like how he looks like he's a dark elf, but he's got the same voice as a,
What do you want?
Actually, no, that is the same voice as dark elves have. Never mind.
Good day.
I am mistaken. Cheydinhall Bridge Inn.
Greetings, Orc.
Oh, that's
How can I
the
help you today, friend?
Jermaine fellow I need to find or talk to. Not yet, though.
How goes it?
Meat. Palalu Embassy? That's new. Have a gander in here, see what the Lalus are up to.
What?
Guy Marcian.
I hope Otessa is taking care of herself. She's a gifted healer, and she spends all her time helping others. Farewell.
I see there's an abacus. Somebody's been doing math. I don't trust them. Numbers are deceitful and full of lies. I did not mean to do that. I need to leave. One plus one is, yeah, 1 plus 1 equals 11. I don't see what's so wrong about that. Seems like sound math to me there, Rolls. Not Rolls. Yes, Rolls.
Go ahead, please.
Apparently I can't even recognize people's names anymore.
Good day.
Numbers are the least of my concerns. It's 1 plus 1 equals 2 is what the lizard people want you to believe. Yeah, don't bother calling 911 anymore. This here's the real number, 912. Not necessarily the same kind of joke, but, I mean, you know. It's just what it reminded me of.
Hi there. Yes? Bye.
What a dashing fellow you look to be. March Rider. Yeah, this place looks cheery. That's nice. Still not the Mage's Guild or the Fighter's Guild, but that looks nice. Right, the Sandus' house.
Look at the muscles on you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Willow Bank.
A coin for an old beggar.
No. Pretty close to broke myself at this point. Delicious tobacco.
What is it now?
Random headstones? The flying hell is the Mage's Guild? I feel like I've run in circles. Well, there's a gold horse courier. Let's go in and do a delivery. My dearest lover, yesterday was wonderful. We should plan to see the gardens every week. Your gift was very touching. I will wear it when we next meet. Until then, you have my eternal love. You know who. House lower wall hangings? So if I steal that... does that mean I get that for free if I own the house in Cheydinhall? gonna have to keep in mind that's there and come back for it later. Jared Strongblade at the Knights of the Thorn Lodge. Yeah, I gotta go over there eventually anyway. Well, that's the Mages Guild well, so the Mages Guild has got to be one of these buildings. I presume. That's the Trading Hall Bridge Inn. McNaugh's books. It's a random forge, which seems to be a fairly poor place to put an open flame. Well, that's the Fighters Guild. Not quite what I was looking for, but I'll take it.
Good to see you.
Doggy! Clancy!
What is it?
Now I must sleep. Yeah, let's do some guild quests. Well, my strength and endurance are nearly topped out. Now, which one gives me more magicka again? Yeah, intelligence, let's boost that. My strength. And... Speed. Must be fast. Gotta go fast. The orrery at the Arcane University should be functional once more. I can visit it as often as I like and also receive powers based on the phases of the moons. Power through astronomy. What magnificent sorcery is this? Why is it so wet? Oh, there's the... Yeah, there we go. Mage's Guild. Let's do that one first.
Erwin the Evoker. I'm responsible for enchanted item recharge for the Chaden Hall Guild Hall.
Good to know.
Well, to be honest, I don't think we have much of a team in the Chaden Hall Guild Hall. We lack leadership, and individually we aren't very skilled.
No need to be so down on yourself, Erwin. I'm sure you're perfectly fine.
Only mages who have gotten recommendations from all the local guild halls can enter the Arcane University. It's a good policy, I think. That's Falcar's responsibility. He takes it very seriously. Good day.
And that would be you, I guess.
What is it, associate? Don't tell me you're here for a recommendation.
What if I said I was?
Without recommendations from the local guild halls, you'll never see the inside of it. I dare say that's one of the few things Traven has done right. By all means, travel to the Imperial City and get stopped at the gates. You should get used to that sort of rejection.
No, I have a tendency to get to places where I'm not supposed to be, Falcar, so I'm just saying.
I am the chapter head of the Chaden Hall Mages Guild. It is quite an honor, but they had no choice, since I'm the only semi-competent one here.
I like how he kind of backhandedly insulted himself because he just went as high as semi-competent. Meaning half the time he's just a straight-up raving loon. I mean, which, considering what happens, we'll get to that.
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it.
Yeah, he's one raging mother Falcar, isn't he? Oh, you Falcar, you.
The guild is still powerful in Cyrodiil, but poor decisions in the recent past have weakened it, perhaps killed it. We shall see.
Now, I mean, this is going to be major spoiler territory for the Mages Guild questline, but I mean, I've already said how it ends, kind of. But Falkar, despite the fact that he ends up being a real asshole, and you do end up solving the Mages Guild problems and become the Archmage yourself, by the time Skyrim rolls around, the Mages Guild doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's specifically mentioned when you do the College of Winterhold quests, the Mages Guild of Skyrim, that I think the Mages Guild of Cyrodiil collapsed not long after this game. Like, maybe max 15-20 years or something like that? So he might be quite the Falkar, but he's also not wrong.
Don't waste my time if you're not ready for this. Are you prepared to do what is necessary to gain a recommendation from me?
Sure.
Very well. We shall see how prepared you actually are. There was a particular ring of burden I was testing some time ago. Another stupid associate somehow got his hands on it and managed to misplace it. If I didn't know better, I'd say he purposely tossed it down the well behind the guild hall. Why he would do such a thing is beyond me. You will retrieve this ring for me. Should you manage to do so, I shall consider sending a recommendation to the university. The well is locked, so you'll need the key. Dietzen should have a copy of it. Now get moving.
Gee, I don't know, maybe he took your ring and tossed it down the well because of your winning personality. You ever think about that?
It's not a normal ring, you see. You may find it slightly difficult to carry. Don't say I didn't warn you. Find someone else to bother, won't you?
Greetings, Guildmate. I'm Ilanui. I'm only a conjurer, but Orentur is a full magician. Isn't he wonderful?
I don't know, I've never met the man.
Perhaps it seems silly, but
you tell me.
Love is the most important thing in all creation. Orentur and I spend all our time together in the High Elf way.
Okay. What exactly is the High Elf way?
Things in the guild have been different since Traven was named Archmage. They're more structured, but everyone seems tense. Orentur doesn't like to brag, but no one can match the spells he can cast. He might teach you one if you're skilled enough. Goodbye.
Well met, guildmate.
Trayvon the Red Guard.
The Red Guard. Mages Guild Evoker. Surprised? Yes, you don't see many Red Guards in the Mages Guild. We don't much like spellcasters in Hammerfell. Wizards steal souls and tamper with minds. If you use magic, you're weak or wicked. My family didn't approve of my vocation, so I had to come to Cyrodiil for my education. I admit, I still have strong prejudices against necromancy, summoning, and illusion. Profaning the remains or souls of the dead is just wrong, and I'm uneasy about tampering with others' minds and trafficking with Daedra.
I mean, that's fair enough, I suppose. All things considered.
My progress through the ranks here will be slow. My prejudices against certain types of magic limit my chances for advancement. Daedra cults aren't necessarily evil, of course. In nearby Morrowind, for example, they worship Daedra in the temple. The Azura Shrine north of town, up Lake Arius way, for instance. I know a dark elf there. Nothing evil about him.
Evil.
If you're looking for the most powerful spells, you'll want to speak to Barisian at the Arcane University. If you're allowed in, that is. Falkar always has been pretty harsh, even when it comes to basic lessons. He seems to have gotten worse lately, though. I think he even scared away the last associate who came here for training. What was his name again? I can't remember. Dietzen would know, though.
I like how you're asking me, I just got here. Who the hell is Dietzen and where would I find him?
Can't you have somewhere else to be?
I'm trying. Oh, her. Where would I find her? The answer is bed.
I'm Ditsan, magician, Mages Guild, that is.
Oh, hello. Hello, Starlight Pumpkins. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to the stream, all you fine folks. Let me just, Oh, I can't quick save. Whatever. Let me just alt-tab out for a moment and switch on over to the webcam so I can welcome you fine folks. If I can figure out... There it is! Alright. Alright, thanks for the raid, Starlight Pumpkins, and thanks for dropping by the stream. In case you're new, I am Cap Rogers, and, well, obviously, you can probably tell that from the... I'm really bad at this, in case you haven't noticed. Anyway, I am more or less a variety streamer. I have been streaming Oblivion for quite some time now, because it's the kind of game that's just going to last forever. But, you know, some of the things I've been doing lately, I've been streaming this, Slime Rancher, Yakuza 0. I do Retro Sunday every Sunday, and I've been doing Super Mario 64 and Chrono Trigger for that. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. So, for the most part, I don't know, play video games and ramble on over and over again. So, look forward to that. And now I'll just very slowly switch back over to my tab. And there we go. Oh, and thank you for shouting out Starlight there, Rolls. and that introduction caused Oblivion to crash, apparently. Of course, the thing that sucks about that is I'm probably going to have to actually take the, yeah, I'm gonna have to accept the quest again. E for Oblivion!
What do you want?
Well, yada.
What is it, associate?
Yes, I'm here for a recommendation. We've already been over this.
Find someone else to bother, won't you?
Alright, let's go have a chat with Dietzen, and then, then we'll find a proper way to welcome people to the stream. Baked and Rolls know exactly what I'm going to do. Arise, Dietzen.
I'm Ditsan, magician. Don't tell me Falcar's given you the same task he gave Vidkun. Oh, dear, I'd say more, but... Well, Falcar is the ranking member here, and I don't feel comfortable talking about him. I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. Find me when Falcar's not around, and then we'll talk. After we've spoken, you can have the key. Believe me, this is important.
Okay, Falcar's downstairs or upstairs. Can you just tell me now? Also, thank you for the follow, Starlight. Greatly appreciate that as well.
As I've said, I just don't feel comfortable. Please, go on.
Okay.
Our hall doesn't offer much in the way of training. I can teach... Be careful, associate.
So when precisely am I supposed to talk to you? Although, you know... I know an easy way to solve this problem. It's the same way I solve all my problems. There is hardly enough room in here for this. Will you give me the recommendation now, you asshole? Or do you need more cats? I will stack them one upon the other. Dude, did they get upstairs and get to Dietzel? Martin will be cat. Oh, that one's dead because it was trying to kill me, I think. Ah, there's Dietzen. Yes, I think they may have someone on the floor above me. My first day on the job and I've killed nearly everybody. Dietzen just quite wisely left. I think Falkar did too, for that matter. Anyway, let's actually be civil about this.
I find it... I believe I explained your task. Do you understand? Find someone else to bother, won't you?
Alright, so Dietzen specifically is not going to tell me unless Falkar is somewhere else. So you know what? To hell with it. Let's go over to the Fighters Guild. At least they'll give me something a bit more straightforward. I always much more enjoyed casting Punch in the face anyway.
How goes it?
Who do I talk to get work in this place? Is it you? No, I don't think so. I think it might be the orc guy. Where is the orc guy? Downstairs, maybe? Basement? Does this place have a basement? Is it you? Clancy, tell me what to do. Pet the dog? Okay. Pet the dog.
Hey!
Hail! You thought I was going to punch the dog? What kind of monster do you think I am? Only if the dog tries to punch me first. That's right, punch. I'm not going to fix that. Oh, also, I think God mode is still probably toggled. I should fix that. Speaking of dogs being known for punching, that just reminds me. Was it the original Metal Gear Solid, or was it the remake, the Twin Snakes remake for the GameCube? I think it might have been the original. Anyway, my brother was playing it, and there's a section where you have to sneak through a cave full of wolves, right? And if you got a specific item, they'll leave you alone, but he didn't have it. So he goes in there, and he fails miserably at sneaking by them because he's not that great at stealth games. And I shit you not, the dogs start drop-kicking him to death. Like, he kind of gets bit the first couple of times, but then they sort of start front-flipping through the air and hitting him hind feet first. That had to be what they were doing. That's what it looked like they were doing. It's a very distinct memory I have. He was drop-kicked to death by wolf dogs.
Good morning.
Well met.
This place is very small, and I don't know where the boss man is.
Herald of the Isles, guardian of the Fighters Guild. And how did I achieve that high rank, you ask? Patience, caution.
Your big, beautiful eyes.
Slow and steady wins the race, my father always said. Careless fighters get one last white shirt and a box. Not me.
Not I.
I've settled down here. Nice place. Little slow, but it suits me. Burrs grow kosh as a bear sometimes, but I got thick skin. Doesn't bother me. Good day.
Alright, cool, Baked. You enjoy your stream, good sir. I may send people over your way when I'm done, which is probably going to be within the next 20 minutes. So we shall be seeing you again fairly soon, I would say. I need to figure out where the hell this guy is so I can take a quest from him. Should talk to him earlier. I think in normal circumstances there's some kind of like training area behind the Fighters Guild, but at the moment everything is all over the place because of the mod, so. Can't you leave a man to his misery? What's wrong? I'm sick of my wife, that's what. She drives me mad with all the little things she does. She leaves all of her scraps on her plate to rot. I have to always pick her clothes up off the floor. She never soaks her paint-covered aprons, and I never once have seen her without a with a broom in her hand. So what if I play a prank or two on her? It's about time she felt the annoyance I feel every blasted day. Cool.
You too.
You have fun with your marital bliss, my good man.
Anytime now.
Oh, that's a fountain. I was wondering what the hell was going on over here. Refreshing. Well, I don't know where the Fighters Guild dude is. Oh wait, do I have like a quest that'll lead me to him? No, I do not, I don't think. Yeah, whatever. Let's start back into the Mages Guild and see if I can actually get that key off of what's-her-face.
Don't you have somewhere else to be?
You're new, who the hell are you?
What?
What an angular face he has! Especially for this game engine.
Archmage Traven is the...
Yeah.
You too.
Can I help? Good day. As I've said, I just... The Mages Guild...
So when precisely am I supposed to talk to you? I don't know if Falcar ever leaves before he's supposed to leave. Yeah, so it's out of town. I'm not going to bother with that. Alright, screw it. Let's see where Wraith Lysandris is. That'd probably be a good quest to end things off with. A good, interesting, weird quest. I've heard that a famous painter named Wraith Lysandris, or Lathandis, I don't know where the hell I got the R on that, has gone missing. Apparently his wife Tavella has been frantically searching for him. Perhaps I should visit their home here in Cheydinhal and to see if I can assist with the search. Because I'm a busybody and I need to know what everyone's doing. I feel like I've run a circle around these buildings 5 or 6 times since I walked into town. This is his house here, I believe. Yes. I have come looking for your husband!
Can you help me, please?
Maybe!
I'm Tavella Lathandis. I apologize that I can't give you the respect a guest in my home would normally receive, but I am at my wit's end. I'm sorry to be so forward, but I desperately need your help. It seems that my husband, Wraith, has gone missing, and I just don't know what to do. Everybody's talking about the hero of Kvatch. They say he actually went into an Oblivion gate and destroyed it.
Her emotions just turned on a dime. It's like, oh, my husband, he's vanished, I don't know what to do, but everyone's talking about the hero of Kvatch. Why, thank you, I am that famous.
Yes, my husband is the Ryth Lythandus. Have you heard of him?
Nope. There's no time for idle chatter. No, please tell me about him.
Haven't? That's strange. Ryth is known far and wide as one of the best painters in all Cyrodiil. His specialty is setting the great forest to canvas. The paintings look so amazingly real that some say they can see the trees sway in the breeze. That's just a silly notion, of course, but it just goes to show the attention to detail Ryth uses when he paints.
You said Ryth is missing?
Yes, Ryth likes to work in his studio with the door locked, so no one can disturb him. He usually comes out to eat dinner and sleep. But 2 days ago, he didn't come out at all. At first, I wasn't worried. He does that occasionally. But when he didn't come out for a full day, I unlocked the studio with a key he said to use only in emergencies. It turned out he wasn't inside. I'm sure he never left that room, so I have no idea where he's gone. Please help me find Ryth. I love him dearly, and I'm so worried.
Sorry, I cannot help. No. Don't worry, I'll find Ryth.
Oh, thank you so very much. Here's the key to Ryth's studio. You may come and go as you please. If you need me, I'll be around the house. Do hurry, I miss my love so much. Do be careful.
Let's look for clues, gang! He seems pretty happy about it. Who knows if he ever left, the monastery all that much, or, thing. Chapel! That's the word. That other religious building. Oh, don't mind me, lady. I'm just up here searching for clues. You don't have very many expensive clues. Oh, wait, no.
Don't do that.
I'm just picturing Martin hovering over my shoulder while I'm just rifling through people's drawers, and he's just like, don't do that. No. Come on. Stop it. As long as you don't rat me out, I don't care. Cause hard time ain't got nothing on this mutton. What's my favorite? What is my favorite quest in this game? That's a good question. Oh god, there's so many. Like, this is something I've talked about a lot, comparing this game to Skyrim, is that I feel like there's a lot more interesting variety in terms of quests in this game than in Skyrim, because this one is really weird once we actually get into it. But I especially feel the Dark Brotherhood and Mages Guild quest lines, not Mages Guild, Thieves Guild quest lines are more fleshed out in this game. Like, maybe one of the more interesting quests in this is at the end of the Thieves Guild, you have like the multi-part thing where you have to gather together all the equipment to actually steal a goddamn Elder Scroll. One of the few times that the actual Elder Scrolls show up in the series. Like, you gotta get a set of boots that lets you survive a like 100-foot drop or something, and you gotta get an arrowhead shaped like a key, and some of the Dark Brotherhood quests are really interesting too. Like, they have specific ways that you have to take out your targets that are very varied. What's that, Norman Fox Lee? This isn't Resident Evil 1? If it is, it's a very strange version of Resident Evil. Although that being said, back during Halloween, I did play this with a mod that turned it into a zombie apocalypse, so it's pretty close to Resident Evil. Only a little, though. Yeah, I think just overall, like, the Thieves Guild questline and the Dark Brotherhood questline are my favorite things in this game. So it's not even a single quest, it's just like a series of quests. Of course, the one where you go to sleep on this ship converted to an inn in the Imperial City waterfront, and then you wake up and find out a bunch of bandits have taken it over and have stolen it. That's pretty interesting too. I usually find that pretty memorable, because back when I first played this game, that was one of the first things I did when I played it. And I stumbled across that completely by accident. Damn. Damn. Oh, I'm bad at this! Hmm. You can do it! There we go. Oh boy, that was certainly worth it. Although probably my favorite memory from this game, and I'm going to try to replicate it when I get to this particular city, but I don't know if it's going to work because I've got the unofficial Oblivion patch installed, so it might fix some of the bugs that cause this. But like, one of the problems people have with this game is how horribly buggy it is, but that's one of the things I love about it. Because I remember one time, this is back when I first played the game, I played the shit out of it. I did practically everything. And then I just started making checklists of stupid accomplishments to do just to keep me occupied in the game. So what it was is I looked up where every single skill book in the game was, and I just started hunting them down. There was one in particular that was down in Breville. You know, this seedy little hellhole down here. And specifically it was in the castle. And specifically it was in the Count's quarters. And of course, everyone has their own schedule they follow, so I was like, okay, I know that the Count specifically goes to dinner at this particular time, and he's down there for like 2 hours or something like that. So there's still a couple of guards roving around upstairs in the, like, quarters and stuff, but it should be enough of a skeleton crew that I can sneak in, grab the book, maybe loot a few valuables, and slip out again. And I do it. And I get in there, and everything goes without a hitch. I steal some money, a couple of jewels, I find the book, read it, take it, and then as I turn around to go out the door, I discover after the fact that what happens is that there's a bug in the Count's AI package that causes him to walk into the dining hall and then immediately go upstairs. He doesn't actually stay in the dining hall. So he basically followed me into his room as I snuck ahead of him. So I was like, oh crap. And I was like, but there's a doyen for the Thieves Guild here, so I can go talk to her, pay half my bounty, and I'm scot-free. So, you know, him and his bodyguard and all the guards that are up in the quarters, they start hauling ass, chasing me down the hallway while I'm just running along. And I'm like, okay, at this time of the night, that lady, she's at the CD Inn across the river. So I start running across the river, guards are chasing me, the Count is chasing me, I run in, and I go in, and the inn is packed. Like, it's full to the gills. There's even a couple of guys, or at least one guy from the Imperial City visiting. But Skriva, I think her name is, the doyen, she's not there. And I was like, shit, maybe she's at her house. So I turn around, just about to go out the door to go find her. And a guard walks in through the door. And before he even has the chance to draw his sword and come at me, everybody who's in the bar just dogpiles him and beats him to death. And then they all file out the door. So then it's just me and the guy that owns the place standing there, and I turn around and he's looking at me as if, this happens every night. So I step over the corpse of the guard, I go out the door, there's another dead guard right in front of me. I look across the river, and all hell has broken loose. The entire town is fighting each other. The civilians are fighting the guard is fighting the Fighters Guild is fighting the Mages Guild, there's fireballs going all over the place. Nobody is bothering me anymore. And I walk across the bridge like, you know, wondering what the hell is going on, and dead center in the middle of the bridge is the corpse of the Count, and he's got a silver arrow sticking out of his gut, and the only people who use the silver arrows, in the town anyway, were the guard. So that just made it look like he was killed by one of his own guards, and then everyone starts ripping each other apart. And that is my favorite Oblivion memory. I'm going to have to try to replicate that. Anyway, let's see if we can find this woman's husband.
Sorry, I fear Wraith is in danger.
Yeah, probably. Unusual painting to the painted world. After touching the painting Wraith had been working on, I suddenly found myself standing in a strange forest. It looks familiar, like the great forest in the heart of Cyrodiil, but something is different about it. And I did not take Martin with me.
Where did you come from? You look real enough. You must be from the outside. Oh, thank goodness someone finally came. While I'm overjoyed to see a friendly face, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. You're stuck
People usually do.
Like I am. Sorry to break it to you like that, but if it wasn't for that annoying thief, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Thief, you say?
I was in my studio when a Bosmer wearing dark clothing accosted me. Before I could call for help, he knocked me unconscious. When I came to, I found that the door to my studio was still locked, and that the thief had snatched my paintbrush. That's when I saw it. There was something on the canvas of my painting that I hadn't put there. It looked somewhat like a troll, but it was badly done. Then it hit me. The Bosmer must have leapt into the painting, then painted guardians inside to protect himself using the brush of true paint.
The brush of what now? The faces in Elder Scrolls 2 were better. See, I never did really play the second game though, because that was Daggerfall, right? Like, weren't they like sort of 2D sprite kind of looking things in Daggerfall? I can't remember. I will give you that, Norman, though, because basically everybody in this game looks like they have the face of a mashed potato that's been smushed by a frying pan a couple of times. Like, there's a lot of things I do like in this game that look pretty good. I mean, like, it's starting to really show its age now, but, like, I still like the forest scenes and the water and stuff like that. But the character models can be pretty hit or miss. You'll occasionally come across one that actually looks pretty decent, though. Most comically, I always found that it really funny that one of the people who looks the best is, if I remember correctly, it's an Imperial woman who's living in a cave with a pile of animals all alone, and she looks like one of the best looking people in the game. And she shuns society, probably because she's one of the only normal looking people in it. Also, thank you for that sub, Joker. I really appreciate that, as always. Huzzah! Hopefully you're having a good one.
I knew the secret of my success would be revealed one day. I can tell you all about the brush, if you like.
Please, tell me more.
Very well. The brush showed up several years ago in the possession of an artist who was serving in the Arnesian War of 396. It seems an errant fireball had exploded next to him, and he lost the use of both arms. He was a stubborn man who didn't want to give up his talent. Being a devout follower of Dibella, he prayed to her for something that would allow him to express himself once more. She heard his plea and gifted him with the brush. It's said the bristles of the brush are woven from Dibella's own hair. That injured man was my father. He passed the brush on to me, and I intend to pass it along to my kin one day. Did you want to know how it works?
Magic fuckery, presumably.
The brush allows the artist to paint from within a canvas, It opens a portal into which the artist may enter to paint things life-sized. All the painter has to do is have the brush in his possession, and whatever he imagines appears in the canvas. Of course, I like to wave it around anyway. It makes me feel more like a legitimate painter.
But really, you're a
It all
fraud.
doesn't matter now. Unless you can defeat those painted trolls, we have no chance of getting the brush back. The trolls that the thief painted seem to have turned on their creator and killed him.
Well,
He
they're
didn't
still
know
trolls.
the brush had its risks. The creatures are now loose all over the forest, and in the clearing where I was still working. The brush is on the body of the Bosma thief there. I will not be able to help you. I am not a warrior. But take these bottles of turpentine. They might help. Do be careful.
So I'm supposed to drink these things, yes?
I'll have to remember to remove the trolls from my painting before I complete this piece.
So I drink the turpentine, get crazy strong, and then punch the trolls to death. I got you. In reality, it acts as a poison because, I mean, they're painted trolls. But it specifically only damages the painted trolls. There's actually a quick way I can do this, because if I can hop over the cliff that way, I can get to the Bosmer's corpse without having to deal with the trolls. But you know what? Painted troll fat is a one-of-a-kind material, so let's see if we can get as many of them as we can. Oh no, I didn't see you there.
Yeah! Ha!
Ow. Nope, I don't want to dance. There. Seems how Merton wouldn't come on this magical adventure with me. I thought you said you weren't going to help, right?
What's the matter? Getting tired?
Hey, yes, punching trolls. Ah, the internet. I mean, if you can't punch trolls on the internet, where can you? I don't know, the character models in this game are incredibly ugly, but I feel like it's kind of unfair to compare it to the Resident Evil 1 remake. Because the way it works in this is that all of these characters were basically randomly generated. They only specifically designed a few of the NPCs, and then they used the same generation that you used to create your character to create every other character. So they didn't really... you can't really compare it too much to something like Resident Evil 1, because they specifically tailored every character in this game, while, like, it was a random crapshoot for a bunch of them in here. And the one thing I've always said about this game is that I feel like they gave you too much nitpicky control in character creation, and that's how you can make the monstrosities that you can create in this game. They should never have made it a slider the way they did. Tiny, minor increments that you change. I think there's 6 trolls total, but I'm probably not going to kill them all. However long it takes me to get to the dude. Although I think it's basically a horseshoe shape. Meaning I'm going to have to run into them sooner or later, probably. Damn it. Ah, the hell with the turpentine, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. By which I mean make my scamp killed.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh boy, hiccup. Oh hell. These things are a lot tougher than I originally thought. Maybe I do need to use Turpentine.
Oh! Oh! Whoa!
Ow! Gonna die! See, I don't know, personally, I still feel that Oblivion looked really good when it first came out. The character models were always kind of hit or miss, but like the game itself looked real neat. It was fairly unique at the time it came out. Not fully, of course, because it was just taking riffs off of, like, the game that came before it, Morrowind. Graphically, Morrowind wasn't fantastic, but the way they did the art direction in Morrowind made it look interesting, so you didn't mind the screwiness of it. Oh, that's another one. See if I can tag it with the turpentine arrow. Unfortunately, I don't have enough juice to summon a...
Whoa!
Crap. Summon a scamp. I can certainly use this thing, though. Keep forgetting I have this. It's not fantastic, but it'll do the job. Scamp! Ow! Oh, crap. No! No, 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 stop! Please! Yeah, I think I really need some healing potions there now. Good thing I actually stocked up on a bunch. You know, it's funny, seeing as how we're, like, talking about all the games in the series, I've at least played a little bit of each one. I didn't get very far in Arena and Daggerfall, because it's real hard to play Arena or Daggerfall these days. But I've played Morrowind, I played this, and I played Skyrim, and this is still the one I like the most, for some reason. And maybe part of it's a nostalgia thing, because this was the first one I played. Maybe it's because I just enjoy how hilariously the game can break. And that might be it. Because when this game breaks hard, and it's funny as hell. I've seen a woman get murdered for stealing an apple once. From her own boss, I believe. Hello? Oh no, there you are. I'm missing so much! Faceplant! Well, see, Daggerfall's an interesting case, because Daggerfall, by the time they were done with it, you couldn't even finish it without a fan patch. Bethesda never actually patched it to the point where you can complete it. At least if I remember correctly, that's how that worked. Keep messing up that hotkey. Okay. I think I must have missed one. Must have ran right by a troll somehow. Oh well. Oh, there it is! There's two! Oh, Jesus, no! I've located the thief's corpse. I should now search it for the brush of true paint. First, I must try not to die, because trolls. Nope. Need a little bit of extra damage. Need more scamp. And we're out. Okay, I've got one more of these. Well, I got two more, but let's keep one as a souvenir because I'm a lunatic. Didn't think I hit it then. You're failing me, Scamp. Stop failing me.
Yeah! Oh!
I mean, it kind of helped. Stop kicking me! Great work, team. That was a high five, by the way, in case you weren't sure. I've retrieved the brush of true paint. I should go back and return it to Wraith, so together we can leave this strange landscape. Yeah, I think it's easier to come back to the entrance from here, but you need to have a fairly decent acrobatic skill to get up here from the beginning. Although not really, it's not that bad of a... Where is it? Now, of course, it's got weird physics. No, wait, no, there we go. Yeah, I could have just hauled ass over the hill.
Good work. Now I can paint the portal home. After it's complete, you must go first, or else you'd be stuck in here forever.
Maybe I like it here. I've killed all the trolls. No one else is going to try to kill me now, presumably.
Follow me. No time to talk.
Wraith used the brush of true paint to paint a door back to a studio. I should now step through and return back to Tamriel. Who the hell are you? And why are you here? Who is this guy? Oh, hello. We've arrived back at Wraith's home, and there's some strange man staring at me. Here we go! King is now sealed, and Wraith is safe. I should speak to him when I have the moment.
I've got another message for you.
Oh, okay.
This time from Proces Duaros, the head architect over at Kvatch. He wishes to see you as soon as possible. Take care.
Did you have that same voice when you talked to me last time?
Love, you're home safe. I was so afraid.
And who are you?
If it wasn't for my friend here, you'd be right.
Come, you must need food and rest.
I will rest, but I must take care of our guest first. I don't know how to thank you. You have a good heart to help me get back home. I'll never forget what you've done for me. Here, please take this apron as a token of our friendship. It's not much, but perhaps it will help you in the future. All I ask in return is to keep the brush's existence secret. If word gets around that I have it, I'm afraid more than a lone cut purse will visit me.
What does that apron do again? Apron of adroitness. Agility and intelligence. Oh man, speaking of New Vegas though, it's something we were talking about last time I was streaming, I think, or maybe it was the last time I was streaming Oblivion, but I really like New Vegas, and I really feel like playing it again, but god damn it, I cannot stream New Vegas and Oblivion concurrently, because that would be a lot. That would be a lot, and I can't do that right now.
I thank you.
Who are you?
What can I do for you? There are some quality books at Machnaz. Just don't catch her in a bad mood. Bye.
I guess you're a friend?
Oh, I don't know how to thank you. You've brought my husband back to me. I shall always count you as a friend. My love is home again. I'll never leave his side.
I mean, you didn't really leave him in the first place. He vanished into a nightmare paintscape. Now kill him! Nah, let's not be that much of a jerk. Although I am going to have to kill somebody at some point. You know, what with the Dark Brotherhood. I've got a list of people somewhere, actually, that I'm going to kill. People who are short with me, basically. They got in my way. Anyway, let's save that there now. I didn't actually do any of the guild quests as I planned to, but I mean, you know. There were difficulties. Alright, let me just switch on over to the webcam there for the end of stream. Let's see if I can... Well, I mean, I know who I'm going to raid. But let's set up so I can raid him. It appears that Baked is currently playing Phasmophobia, so I'll send you fine folks over to him. Okay, alright. Yes, Baked City. I'm going to send you over to Baked. Alright, so if you fine folks happen to stop by to watch, I thank you very much for doing so. Boop, let me just set that up there. And hopefully you fine folks to join me next time, which I missed Tuesday, so I might stream again tomorrow. I should have time to stream tomorrow night, and it might be Yakuza 0, or maybe I'll just do some Slime Rancher or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll add something entirely new, because of course I'm not playing enough stuff already. But yeah, if I don't stream on Friday, I'll be streaming again on Sunday, where I'll carry on Retro Sunday, which means some more Mario 64, and some more Chrono Trigger. But, once again, thanks for dropping by, hopefully you'll join me again, and until next time, as always, I wish you a farewell, hope you have a great day. Over to Baked.